Pope Francis has made a historic decision by appointing Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle as the head of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples. This powerful position places Tagle at the center of the Church's global missionary efforts, solidifying his role as one of the most influential figures in the Vatican. At 62 years old, the Filipino cardinal now leads the mission to spread Christianity worldwide. His appointment signifies a new chapter for the Church, as his deep faith, intelligence, and humility make him a fitting leader for this critical role. Luis Antonio Tagle's life is one of devotion, service, and unwavering commitment to his faith. Known for his kindness, wisdom, and ability to connect with people, his journey from a humble background in the Philippines to a high-ranking role in the Vatican highlights his dedication and servant leadership. Born on June 21, 1957 in Manila, Philippines, Tagle was raised in a deeply religious family. His parents, Manuel Tagle and Milagros Gokim, instilled in him strong values of faith and compassion. Growing up in Imus, Cavite, he attended Catholic schools where his spiritual calling became evident. Academically gifted and profoundly kind, his leadership style was shaped early in life. His path to priesthood began at the Immaculate Conception Seminary in Cavite. He excelled in theology and philosophy, later continuing his studies at Ateneo de Manila University. Beyond his academic brilliance, his warmth and sincerity set him apart. In 1982, at just 25 years old, Tagle was ordained as a priest. From the beginning, he was recognized for his humility and ability to make complex theological ideas accessible to everyone. His thirst for knowledge led him to the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C., where he earned a doctorate in sacred theology. This experience broadened his perspective and prepared him for greater responsibilities. His scholarly work gained recognition in the Vatican, leading to his involvement in the International Theological Commission, an advisory body to the Pope. While engaging with esteemed theologians, he remained connected to ordinary people, ensuring that theology remained relevant to everyday life. In 2001, Pope John Paul II appointed him as the Bishop of Imus, marking a significant turning point in his career. As bishop, Tagle became known for his simplicity and deep connection with the people. He rejected extravagance, often using public transportation and spending time among the poor. His leadership was defined by his belief that the Church must stand with the marginalized. His influence expanded further when Pope Benedict XVI appointed him as the Archbishop of Manila in 2011. In this role, he championed social justice, spoke against corruption, and emphasized mercy and compassion. In 2012, he was elevated to cardinal at just 55 years old, making him one of the youngest cardinals in the world and reinforcing his growing significance in the Church. As a cardinal, Tagle became a global voice on critical issues such as migration, poverty, and societal challenges. His speeches were heartfelt and moving, often bringing him to tears as he spoke about the suffering of others. This deep empathy made him a beloved figure among Catholics and non-Catholics alike. Recognizing his leadership, Pope Francis entrusted Tagle with several key roles. In 2019, he was appointed prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples, placing him in charge of the Church's worldwide missionary work. This appointment cemented his position as one of the Vatican's most influential leaders. Tagle is widely known for his advocacy for the poor and vulnerable. He firmly believes that the Church must not only preach the gospel, but also live it by standing in solidarity with those in need. His perspective on migration is deeply personal, as his own ancestors migrated from China to the Philippines. His consistent message revolves around love, compassion, and hope. His close ties to Pope Francis have fueled speculation that he could one day become Pope. Though he has never sought power, his name frequently appears in discussions about the Church's future. Many believe that his humility, intelligence, and faith make him a strong candidate for the papacy. However, Tagle remains focused on his mission, emphasizing that true leadership is about service rather than status. Despite his high-ranking position, Tagle remains deeply connected to people. He actively engages with communities through social media, public events, and personal visits. His warm and approachable nature has made him one of the most beloved figures in the Church. Whether addressing large crowds or speaking with small groups, his sincerity always shines through. A core belief of Tagle's leadership is that the Church must be a listening church. He strongly believes that before the Church can teach, it must first understand the struggles and hopes of its people. This perspective has helped bridge the gap between traditional church teachings and modern societal needs, ensuring the Church remains relevant while staying true to its mission. As the world faces immense challenges from poverty to climate change to social injustice, leaders like Tagle offer a vision of a church that is compassionate, engaged, and deeply human. His leadership style serves as a reminder that true power comes from humility and service. Luis Antonio Tagle's life story is not just about personal achievement, but also about the evolution of the Catholic Church. He continues to inspire millions with his message of love, mercy, and service. Whether or not he ascends to the papacy in the future, his impact on the Church is already profound. His journey from a humble boy in the Philippines to a key figure in the Vatican exemplifies faith, dedication, and servant leadership. As Pope Francis acknowledges Tagle's growing influence, the world watches closely as he continues to shape the Church's future. His story is still unfolding, and his legacy as a leader of faith and compassion is only beginning.